thanks to Pepperdine. They got some big, strong guys. They're well coached. It's good to get Eric back out there. Obviously, goes without saying that Xavier Booker's MVP of the game. Our guards are a lot better than they played tonight. They'll show it. So I don't worry about their talent level. So really, really happy to see Xavier Booker play the way he played. Really good. I know he's got it in him. He's just got to keep building up his stamina. He's got to keep turning up the motor. He's got to stay in the red. Race car red.
I think he had all 5 of his blocks in the second half.
Yeah, and I don't know the answer to that, but he obviously was the biggest factor in the game if you were single on it. I think everybody in the arena would tell you that.
You talked about challenging the guys after the first game. How did that process go? How did you feel like they responded tonight? I mean, 26 seconds into the game, you pulled out Tyler.
Yeah. Well, no, he hadn't fouled. He fouled, so
right.
That was strategic. I don't want him to get a second foul.
Oh, so that wasn't about that. Was just okay.
No, it was strategic, straight strategy. I don't want him to get a second foul. So I also trying to pick up our intensity defensively. Told him not to do it. I knew he was going to do it. He didn't really have Tyler in that filter. He goes one way. Means well. It's a great kid. That was a complete strategy. I don't know, he gets a foul at 19:30, then I leave him in, he gets a foul at 17, now he's out the rest of the half. So, our offense wasn't totally cohesive at times, but Brandon didn't practice yesterday. Donovan Dent didn't practice yesterday. Eric Freeney out with a left arm contusion. So we were a little beat up. So we weren't even able to play 5-on-5 in the last 2 days. We haven't been able to play 5-on-5. So I thought that affected our offensive flow.
How do you feel like Eric's return to the lineup helped tonight?
Oh, it's just having him out there, his presence, his attitude. He brings a lot. You got to have a guy that's shows up every day with a smile and a love for the game and practices hard and just goes full speed. It lifts everybody around you. Like, we've missed him just for that reason. And then, I knew I played him more minutes than I wanted to. It's the only reason he didn't play later.
Do you think
great at it? Kidding me?
Do you think his athleticism is something that brings?
Yeah, toughness, size, look how strong he is. The other piece of it is, you got to remember, he's playing at the 3 this year, and he doesn't get it. He's been out for a month, so he hasn't had live practice at that position. So it's going to be still a work in progress for him. Like when they went zone, like he really hadn't played the wing in our zone offense other than a walkthrough today. That's why I told you, in fairness to him, as a coach, you don't want a basket guy to do something you haven't prepped him or coached him to do. So he's going to get better as time goes, as he gets minutes. With the position switch for him, is a real shame that he, tough spot for him to miss October and not be able to play on the wing for a lot of reasons.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about the production of Trent Berry and how he's transitioning into?
Yeah, he's getting better. It's just with Trent letting the game come to him, playing off his shot fake, making easy pass. He's getting better defensively. It's just such a big change for guys. I can't tell you. It's such a big change. That's the first. I'm going to send Luca Brazzi. You're going to send me a name tonight, too. I know you are. I know you just got good ones. Anyway, when these kids get in high school, man, they don't guard anyone. And if you're Dave Rabibo, the last thing you want is Trent Perry getting in foul trouble with Harvard Westlake. When I was the best player a long time ago, my dad put me on the bottom of the 1-3-1, hid me, so I couldn't possibly get a foul. So, now you got a guy, you got to go guard college players. It's just a different mentality. Trent's getting better every day. That's why, I really did not want him to transfer. I really, really want, he belongs, he's a UCLA student. He could have got in here without athletics. He belongs here from a student standpoint. He's a great player from around here. He just, if anybody belongs here on our team for what UCLA is about academically and the kind of person he is, it's him. So he's just going to keep getting better. Minutes, college minutes, meaningful minutes. And his minutes were so spotty last year.
What's impressed you most about Xavier's effort that he's put into this, making this transition?
He's so quiet, Ben, that at times I'm thinking, I don't know if he understands what I'm telling him. But I've learned that he's extremely intelligent. And I'm not talking about books, I'm talking about basketball. He's also got a huge advantage. He played 2 years for Tom Izzo. So when you talk about somebody that he was in a film session every day and practice every day, getting taught by a Hall of Fame coach that's as good as there ever was. So like that, it didn't really show up until we started really doing scouting reports and, defending other teams' plays. I mean, he's so, and he's a junior. It goes back to Trent, he didn't do, so he's had 2 years of that under one of the greatest ever. But he has aptitude. I'm just trying to get him to continue to not get tired, to push through. Because the coaches on, our staffs talk, they're awesome about his transfer. They were literally trying to help give us tips because they love the kid so much. And he's trying to keep his motor running high and keep it there. So we've been just working on his cardiovascular toughness.
Coach,
Like that.
Coach, the struggles for three, can you touch a little bit on that?
No, I don't worry about that. You been in here a lot? I'm gonna give you my line. Made shots come and go throughout life like your high school girlfriend.
So it's a fixable problem.
It's inevitable. The law of averages, you're going to shoot it at a certain percentage. If you were to look at the top 50 teams in college basketball, what they shot from three last year, you'll be shocked at how close the percentages are to 36%. You'll be shocked as a team.
Collectively?
Yeah. You'd be shocked. I'd rather save makes for the nights we need. Yeah, it just comes and goes. I mean, it's just, we worry about quality of shots. That's all we worry about.
How do you feel about Tyler Billetto's transition to the fourth through the first two games?
I think defensively it's very hard for him, but he's working really hard at it. He's out on the floor now, guarding people, which involves you in a lot more switching than when you're playing the five, you guard the post, and you're playing a pick and roll, whatever our coverage is that game. When you're playing one of the four spots on the perimeter, there's a lot more action going on. Back doors, flare screens, back cuts, what we would call zoom actions, a lot of stuff. So there's a lot more switching, a lot more moving your feet. But he is really trying to work hard at it. I think there's times where I can see his head spinning, but he'll get better at it.
Mick, what do you think about the rebounding effort tonight and the potential
Yeah, well,
for this team to
our
rebound?
guards are a problem. I mean, their three starting perimeter guys had 9 offensive rebounds. So, but they shoot a ton of threes, long shots. They shot 29 threes, long shots, long rebounds. That was my concern coming in tonight. Donnie's got, I tell Donnie, when Jason Kidd won the title in Dallas, their break was devastating because he was like second leading defensive rebounder. You got to get those long rebounds and we're gone. You can't just hang out and let somebody get it. And he gave up 3 rebounds tonight. So he's watching instead of blocking out, so. Offensively, you know, we're percentage-wise, so we get 13 out of 27. It's hard to complain with that. We're on that, you know, whenever you're in the 40 percentile of offensive rebound percentage, you're top 10 in the country. So we almost had 50%. Defensive rebound is a concern. It's still a concern. It's a concern in San Diego State. It kills our break. You know, the best thing we do on offense, we're really good on the break. We can run wide shooters. You got 3 guards that can get at the rim and in the lane, and Eric Daly can do that too. So, but you can't run without the ball. It's my dad's oldest line, and you cannot run without the ball. I heard that 8 million times before I graduated from high school.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. Bring on our student athletes.